สบายดี
สวัสดีครับ
Mingalawa as well.
Xin chào.
Xin chào. So today we got a new toy that we want to undress. I want to bring you along for the ride. So today we're doing English language. So it's a little change from the usual. Right now Sonos Libra is distributor of Adamson in Laos, Vietnam, Thailand, Myanmar, Cambodia as well. So obviously we want all of you to enjoy the products as well.
So what do we have here?
We got the E15.
E15, Adamson. We were using it shortly in like a couple of months ago before problems again in a Cat Expo for first time in Thailand. But it was a lot of expectation, but we didn't really introduce it properly to the market, right? So we will do a little bit of explanations. Where is it coming from? Why does it exist? What is inside the box? How will we use it? And maybe later on 5 things that we like about it.
So Adamson has been in the professional PA business for a while, right?
Yeah.
I think 30 something years.
Yeah.
Obviously they had the old model, the Y-axis, was Y 18-inch, double 18-inch line array.
Double 18 inches line array?
It's like you got subs with the mid-high.
Wow, that's massive then. So why would they do that?
So the whole point of the full range line array box is get everything coming from one source.
That's clever.
So that's why they went up to 18-inch, try and get everything up to the very low frequencies coming from a single point. But they've improved it with the E15, so why did they have to improve on a very good design?
Well, as long as I've heard, we have conversations with people from the industry, and I heard from a very first-hand person who was there on the day that this thing was created for first time, and it was put it into a shootout with other main brands competitors, which everybody knows who they are. So this rental company was basically inquiring Adamson, Brock Adamson and Adamson as a company, to do a custom design for a Source large line array to cover arenas in the United States for large touring. Yeah, they basically were doing a shootout with all the main competitors, and some of the people who were evaluating and judging the system were some of the front of houses customers, from houses engineers, customers basically from this rental company, and this gentleman or lady, I don't know if it's feminine or masculine, well, it came as a winner, and here it is, materialized as a commercially available product for the last 4 or 5 years, and for first time in Thailand, and as we say before, we have it in Vietnam, we have it in Thailand, and also we have it available in Myanmar.
Should we undress it?
Yeah, let's see what is inside. Wow! Ta-da! E15 Adamson. Smells so new still. What is inside the box? Should we explain to the people? E15, well, it's a 15 inches box, right? How many drivers we have?
So we got in total 2 15s. So 1 15 here and 1 15 on the other side. Over here in the middle, we've got what they call the collinear drive module.
This is patented by Adamson, right?
I believe it is, yeah.
Yeah, so what is inside this thing? This is a kind of where some of the magic happens, right?
Yeah, so the whole box is built around this module. So they have a couple of models in the range. They have the E15, E12, both using similar size module and both using similar technology. So you got the 7-inch here, 2 7-inches,
okay,
which are coaxially loaded with a 4-inch compression driver mounting into a horn.
Nice.
So it means you get a continuation of the same theory, so having all of the sound coming from a single point.
That's quite nice. You mentioned about the E12. We should explain to the audience that it's actually exactly the same dimension here. So E12 will fit as a downfill underneath the E15, right? Without any frame adapter or anything.
No, exactly.
Nice. What else we have in the box? So the 15 inches we know is Kevlar, right?
I think a lot of people know about the benefits of Kevlar already.
The driver, we should mention that all the drivers in the box are made in-house. So basically, Adamson System Engineering manufacture every single component that is fitted inside the box. And actually, most of the things that are in the box is made by themselves as well. It's all made in-house. What about amplification? How is it powered?
So we got 4 channels of amplification for this set exactly.
Okay.
So one channel for all of these 15 inches here, another channel of amplification for all of the 15 inches on that side, the third channel of amplification for all of the mids, and the fourth for all of the highs.
And which amplifier we use for
On PLM 20Ks.
Okay, so PLM 20K will also provide not only the power needed to move the drivers, but also we have a lake platform as a processing. We also have a preset selection and system control from the single software and processing, which makes the things quite easy. Basically is run an N8 cable, which is in the back of the box, link up 3 boxes, select the preset, and we are ready to go.
So personally, we've both used this in quite a few events already. What do you reckon are the standout features?
Well, one of the first things, I mean, there are many things, depends on the timeline. I would say the first thing that I always liked it was sound. I mean, I was very impressed how it sounds, but it's something that I cannot really describe from the objective point of view. It's a very subjective feeling. It's a lot of emotion there, but obviously I encourage everyone that has a chance to come and listen to it, and you know, when we have a public demo or a concept, we will obviously announce it. But if we look from the operation point of view, the first thing I really noticed that was really nice and cleverly done was the rigging. Mm-hmm. It's called quick lock rigging. It's an auto rigging system, right?
Yeah.
So can we maybe explain how it works?
Yeah, so basically on each box you have blue levers, you have black levers, and around the back you got red levers. So all the blue levers are there to prepare the front rigging. So you just pull it out and it's prepared to accept the next box in the line array. All the black levers are there to store the rigging links at the front, and all the red levers at the back work exactly the same as blue. So pull them out to engage and then just put the next box in and they automatically lock. So it'll look something like this.
Okay.
So when you've got a lot of boxes in one array, you have 3 on a dolly, just push it under the hoist, drop the links in, everything locks automatically, and you're ready to lift it up.
How do you know the angles in the back?
With the numbers.
With the numbers. And the numbers are given by the software. So we use Blueprint simulation software. So we do the calculation, we know the angles by using Blueprint, which is the software that Adamson provides to know, predict SPL.
So we do it every single time?
We do every single time, no matter which system we use.
Even when we had this as our living room system?
There's a video coming up. So basically we have 7 positions. Each position will have different inter-angle between the boxes. So basically it's giving a different angulation in between the boxes, and that will be designed depending on the application of what we want to do and how many boxes we have, etc., etc. And as Simon say, there's 4-point rigging. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 rigging points per box, and it's all automatically once we have speakers coming up on top of each other. So that for me was one thing that once you get into it and you start using it, you say like, wow, this is really well thought through. Yeah.
I think another kind of side benefit of having all of the rigging here next to the E-capsule is you have the small frame.
Yeah.
So some other brands in the market may have a frame which is the size of the box, very heavy, very hard to lift. But this one is just put it in the middle, very small, easy to lock.
Yeah.
So it's a nice time saver when you're on site.
Talking about size, size matters, right?
Depends who you talk to.
Yeah. That for me really stands out of the box, how much output in terms of SPL and frequency reproduction, let's say in terms of frequency response, you get from a box that is no more than 80 kilo. It's like 79 point something, so it doesn't reach 80 kilo. Obviously, most of its competitors go way up above 100 kilo. So to reach that kind of output and level of capabilities for what is designed for large touring arenas coverage, etc. But in 79 kilo boxes have that much output and that frequency response, because we also say it coming from an 18 inches and we pack it all in a 15 inches boxes. Well, that's also quite an impressive thing. And linking with the previous thing is also all the stand up here. So for rigging, it's easy to move around with the dolly. Just have all the boxes pull up by the hoist, and you don't need too much space, right?
Yeah, you're rigging vertically in 2 meters of space, you can do it.
Yeah. So that's another feature that for me really stands out. What about another thing that you will point out on the box?
So I like the ease of use on amplification. So as I said before, 3 on a dolly, link 3 boxes, anyone can do the maths. It's very simple. Some other boxes you get sometimes 3 on a dolly, sometimes 4 on a dolly, and then it's sometimes linking 2 boxes, sometimes link 1 box. It becomes very, very much a nightmare in terms of cabling and amplification.
That's true.
This one is easy to think when you're tired, when you're having a coffee like today. It's still easy to calculate. How about you? Next one.
I said before about sound, but once you start understanding what the physics and the concept behind of the box design, then you realize why it sounds the way it sounds. And it's not only me, and it's not only people reviewing it in America or in Europe. It's also after we use it for first time in Vietnam, like 3 years back, everybody or most of the people say the same. And directly in first hand, this year in Cat Expo, we were interviewing many of the front of house people who were mixing on the system, and we get a very similar comments. So basically everybody was saying very smooth, very linear. So many people were walking from back, and basically I think we were achieving a 4 dB SPL distribution, like from front to back. So it was very, very, very uniform, very minimal changes on the frequency response and on the SPL coverage over almost 100 meters that we were throwing sound. That's one of the things achieved by the collinear module, I would say. The other thing that most of the people comment how much present and how much well reproduction they were getting from mid lows, mid highs, and I think that's clearly something to do with the usage of Kevlar on the construction of the buffers. We didn't mention before, but we achieve a much faster impulse response. Let's say, to let everybody understand, means that the signal reproduction is more realistic. Let's say the system will follow the input as it is in a much better way, less distortion. We call it like a high fidelity, we'll say. So whatever you put it on the input, you will have it on the output, but louder. And that's something that once you listen to it for first time, difficult to get it back from other systems, at least in my experience. And that's something that really triggers me, the ear and the feeling to say how it sounds the way it sounds. And yeah, I think it's a lot to do with that part.
Particularly for me, the mid-low presence is present on all of the Adamson boxes. Doesn't matter if you're talking about a little 5-inch or up to the 19-inch or 15 inches. The highlight on this box in particular for me is from the mid-high. It's the very smooth, very well done presets to get that smooth coverage across the whole place. So for me, the highlight on this box is in there.
Believe us, we've been listening to this thing at a very loud levels in some circumstances. I remember when we put the training for our friends in Myanmar in the studio. Hey, Nai, hello, Nai, Kohen. We were really blasting it, but we never get that tiredness in our ears. We kind of like...
Get the tiredness in your heart instead.
Get tiredness in our chest. But it kind of triggers something that you want to keep listening and want to keep listening and want to keep experiencing that thing. And particularly myself, I never experienced that. Maybe some of the audience have felt it before, but not me. So that for me, it's a very nice and positive thing from the system. What else we have from the system that we like it? The price is good. You know, when we had to sell it out, it's not going too crazy.
It's very good for us.
It's good. It's good for us, but it's good for the user as well.
The last thing you like on the box? We're running out of time.
I really like the appearance. It's a very industrial design, but it reflects a lot of strength, I would say, and robustness. So, which translates in what it is. It's a very strong box, has a lot of strong character, strong presence, and you know, I also like it's easy to maintenance. You know, it's have like a front grille with all the acoustic cover behind. You can just clean it, wipe it out easily. So it's very well built, very solid build, very well through all the details, all the design details. So yeah, I like how it looks and how it's made, the construction, physical construction. That's the story of A15. Will we demo anytime? Not as we are locked
Not abroad.
down. So hopefully soon we can go back to do events and go back to our normal workflow. And definitely we will do a demo and we will do a presentation for all of you for this guy here in Thailand. Hopefully in Myanmar again, Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, and don't forget to follow us on YouTube.
Follow us on YouTube, click and subscribe. The subscribe button should be somewhere here. Activate the notifications. And if you want to see more videos of Sonos Libra or Adamson, I put some link up here so you can see more videos about ACVs, Laprupen, etc., etc., etc. Thank you so
good.
much. Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Ready?
Yeah. สวัสดีครับ
Start again. So today we got a new toy in the office and we want to see you. Oh, no.
เอาใหม่
สบายดี
สวัสดีครับ
มิงกะลาวา as well.
Xin chào. Why we say hello in many languages?
We're marketing to an international audience.